Hello, my fellow patriotic Americans. I'm Dr. Stephen Clark Bradley, and this is what I think. How many of you just watched Joe Biden's attempt to be presidential for his acceptance speech of the nomination for president of the Democrat-Socialist Party? I thought it was lackluster, empty, and nothing inspirational in it. This was a man who's just borrowed the ideas of many other people, including President Trump. But if you want to know how I wrap it up, how I would wrap up his whole plan, he's basically saying this. During the whole convention, this is what they said. 1, we hate Donald Trump. And 2, we're going to raise your taxes. How many times they said that? They're not afraid to say that. They're going to raise them over $70 trillion. Do you realize how much that's going to cost our country? I was reading here. Let me read to you what I found here about the Green New Deal. If the Green New Deal is passed, it says here that the estimated cost of the Green New Deal will be $51 to $93 trillion in the first 10 years, in the first decade. That adds up to a cost of $600,000 per household in America. Who can do that? And they're going to make you pay to lose things. You won't be able to have a car. There'll be no more fossil fuels. You won't be able to fly. So you're going to pay for getting less. That's the goal of the Democrat Party. Make you pay for getting less. That's what they want. What do they give you? All they do is lock people in, make you dependent upon the government. That's what's going to come if Joe Biden wins the presidency. Total dependency upon the U.S. inflated, bloated, grossly inflated government. We can't let it happen. Here's some things they didn't say. What did they say during the convention about the violence on our streets? Look at what happened in Seattle, especially Portland. Did you see they almost beat this guy half to death? I mean, he was out there defending even a trans woman, defending her because they were stealing her stuff. And they beat him half to death. And not a word was said during the whole convention by any Democrat during the whole week. Because they know that every hoodlum, every social and domestic terrorist out there is a Democrat. They know if they talk about it, they lose. These people are evil. They don't care about you. They say that Donald Trump is not protecting the people. Who doesn't protect the people? Donald Trump is the one who does protect us. When he started to send in troops into Seattle, all of a sudden it stopped. Minneapolis too. Next, he's going to have to do Portland. Going to have to send in troops there. Going to have to stop these hoodlums. They have these terrorists, Black Lives Matter, Antifa. They are terrorist organizations, and they've already described themselves as doing this to take down the government, to change the political system. It's got to be stopped. And not one word was said by any Democrat during the convention about these hoodlums, about these terrorists, about these assassins. Unbelievable. Just before this fellow was beaten to the ground and knocked out after he was kicked in the head, one of the founders of Black Lives Matter was speaking in Portland, and she said, police officers should be electrocuted, and they should be fried like a piece of burnt bacon. That's what she said, inspiring people to go out and commit assault and even death and even murder. Some of these people have been killed. We probably don't know half of what's really happened on the streets of the cities of America run by liberal Democrat socialists. It's got to stop. What about Biden's COVID-19 plan? Did you notice everything he mentioned in his speech tonight were things that Donald Trump has already been doing? We're going to build our equipment for hospitals in America so that we don't have to depend on China. Already being done. He has no new ideas, just like his past. He's a plagiarist. He plagiarizes other people. That's why he had to leave his campaign before, because he plagiarized a whole speech by the labor leader of the Labor Party in Great Britain. He has no mind of his own. And he's lazy. He's lazy. Where was Donald Trump this morning? He was in Scranton, Pennsylvania, in Biden's hometown where he was born. Where was Biden? He was home. Where did he give his speech? 2 miles away from his home. Where was the convention? In Wisconsin. Nobody went there. You can believe Donald Trump would be there. So this guy, he's a plagiarist. And did you hear him say anything about China? He didn't say anything about China. He didn't also say that when Donald Trump called out the travel ban for China to stop them from coming to America and spreading the China virus all over the country, he criticized Donald Trump, said he was a racist, and that he was exaggerating things. And he also did that when Donald Trump put the travel ban on for Europe. He criticized that too. Not a word said about it today. Not a word. Because he knows he's wrong. He has no ideas. That guy can't even figure out if he's brushed his teeth or not. He's so senile. Do you really want a man like that? Talk about darkness. You know what darkness is? Darkness is abortion. Darkness is what's happening in our streets. Darkness is the death, mayhem, burning, riots taking place without police being there. Darkness is defunding our police, which Joe Biden has already said he wants to do, and the whole Democrat Party. But they won't say that because they know they're going to lose votes. They know that the American people, support our police, support our first responders. They won't say it because they know they're wrong. But they don't care if they're wrong because one goal is not to protect you or me. Their one goal is to control America and to turn it into a socialist state. Now, I read that so many things about what they're trying to do to us. And the one goal that they have is to make us dependent, totally dependent upon them as a government, a bloated government. I want us to think about what's before us. Yes, Joe Biden was right. This is a solitary moment. This is a moment like no other. He's right. This is a moment when we need to preserve the nation that we love. Donald Trump has done so much for this country. He is the one thing, the wall that separates us from freedom and tyranny. He is the one thing that preserves liberty and keeps us from being overrun by these social, political, and even militant terrorists who are trying to destroy our country. We cannot let this happen. I'm burdened. I'm challenged. It's our job now. Only we can save the country. Only we can get up, fight back, and not listen to this stupidity that's going on in the face of all the evil before us. COVID-19 was not Donald Trump's fault. It's not Joe Biden's fault. It's just something that happened, but I think nobody could do better than what Donald Trump has done. So many of these people, so many have just come up and just said, he did nothing for us. He did nothing for us, and yet he sent equipment all over the country. He had factories making respirators. I mean, he did everything. And because of him, without him, we would probably be over 300, 400,000 dead. Today, this is sad. Today, there are 170,000 dead because of COVID-19. But in the last year, over 900,000 unborn babies have been killed by abortion. The Democrats, of course, said nothing about that either. Joe Biden was an anti-abortionist before. He stood against abortion. He supported the Hyde Amendment. He wouldn't let any government funding go to fund abortions. And now he will support it, and he will support abortion even after a baby is born if the parents decide to do so. This cannot be allowed. This is just pure evil, and we've got to fight against it. The fight is ours. It's not just Donald Trump's. All right, he is the gun, but we are the bullets. Without us, he's got no ammunition. We've got to go out, we've got to vote, We've got to stand up and we've got to fight back. Next week is the Republican convention. I want us all to go and I want us to listen to it, everything we can. And to make a comparison of what you heard between the Democrats, gloom and doom, condemnation of our president and of us who support the president. And I want us to compare the light, the hope, the excitement, and the future that is described by Donald Trump in the next week and those who support him. I'm not a Republican. I don't like either party very much. I'm not voting Republican. I'm voting Donald Trump because I'm voting America and he supports America. So even if you're a libertarian, if you're an independent, if you're a Democrat who's frustrated and just fed up with your party that is no longer the party of your mom and dad, or if you're a Republican dedicated, let's all go out and vote for Donald Trump. Let's support him. If we don't, your country will be gone. There will be nothing left. When they get their hands on the country the way they want, you won't recognize America anymore. That's just the truth. We need to stand up, fight back, and declare ourselves as dedicated, patriotic Americans. Fight this system that they want. This system that is killing people on our streets, that's burning our cities, that's destroying our political system, and that wants to raise your taxes and wants to control every part of your life. The time is now. There will be no other time like it. And if we don't do it, we will be sorry. Just remember, I said this, the whole plan of the Democrat Party is twofold. They hate President Trump and they want to raise your taxes. Are you going to let them do that? Are you going to let them continue to destroy our cities? Or are we going to fight back, save America, and keep America great? It's all up to us. I believe you'll do the right thing because Americans are smart, dedicated, and wonderful people. God bless you all. Let's be united. Let's stand up and let's keep America great. God bless you, President Trump. You can depend on us. We will not let you down. Thank you.